Hi dear students, today we will discuss about Newton's third law. You already know that first law and the second law, Newton's first law and the second law of motion. The first law, we consider that suppose object it is in a rest position without applying any external force, so body is still continuous in a state of a rest. Suppose this body it is in rest position, we don't apply any external force, so this body continuous in state of a rest. Suppose it is in a uniform motion, we don't apply any external force or unbalanced force, so this body continuous in a state of a uniform motion along a straight line. So this one is a first law. It means every body it is continuous in a state of rest or uniform motion along a straight line unless applying or compared some external force or unbalanced force. So that's when we consider that a first law or Newton's first law of motion. And the next one, Newton's second law. So Newton's second law, the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force. The direction along the applied force. So that's when we consider that a Newton's second law. Yes, the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force. It means momentum means it is the product of mass and velocity. Yes, so this momentum changes with respect to time. So that's one is directly proportional to the applied force. And here, so direction of motion of a body we consider that along the direction of applied force. So this one is a second law. And now we will discuss about Newton's third law. So Newton's third law. So in Newton's third law, every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So this one we consider that a Newton's third law is okay. Every action there is equal and opposite reaction. For example, here we consider that a spring. So this one is a spring. I will apply some force on a spring. Then what happened? So this spring also apply force on a fingers. It means so this one is a spring. I will apply some force on a spring. Then what happens? So spring is also apply same amount of force on a fingers. It means applied force we consider that so this one is action. And opposite direction force we consider that reaction. Action and reaction both are equal but opposite in direction. Another example we consider that a swimmer. Yes. So here a swimmer pushes water in one direction and a swimmer moving a forward direction. It means a water moving backward direction. It means a swimmer pushes water backward direction and a swimmer moving forward direction. So this reason, so this one we consider that action. It means a water moving backward direction. It means swimmer pushes water backward direction. So this one we consider that action. And a reaction, so swimmer moving forward direction. So this one is a reaction. Another one we consider that so this one is rocket and we consider that a small nozzle. And here, so this rocket pushes burn gas to earth side and the rocket moving upward direction. It means so this burned fuel moving downward direction and a rocket moving upward direction. Okay, so downward direction, so the burned fuel pushes earth. So this one we consider that action and a rocket moving forward direction. So this one is a reaction. Okay, so in this direction force we consider that action. and upward direction. It means a rocket moving upward direction. So this one is a reaction. So many examples are there. Suppose here we consider that a flying bird. So flying bird. Okay. So here the bird pushes air backward direction. So this one is action. And bird moving forward direction. So this one we consider that a reaction. So these are all we consider that illustrations of Newton's third law. Yes. So Newton's third law, every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So this reason action is equal to the reaction, but opposite in a direction. So this reason applied force we consider that, so this one we consider that action, and replied force it is in opposite direction, so this one is a reaction. So action and reaction both having a same magnitude. Suppose applied, I will apply some force on a board. So applied force we consider that action, and board is also applying some force. It means the same amount of force in opposite direction, so that's one we consider that a reaction. Okay, applied force. For example, here we consider that a 10 Newton. I will apply 10 Newton force on a board. So this one is a action. The same amount of force. Okay, same amount of force. So 10 Newton of force, we will get opposite in a direction. So this one we consider that a reaction, and this one is a action, both having the same magnitude but opposite in a direction. So this reason every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So this negative sign represent opposite in direction. Both having same magnitude. So 10 Newton and this is also 10 Newton. Action is 10 Newton and reaction is also 10 Newton, but opposite in direction. Okay, so this one we consider that Newton's third law. To every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So this one is Newton's third law. Okay, you already know that force. Yes, SI unit of force is Newton. Okay. And here, so many examples are there. Boat and river, it means boat and water. So many examples are there for Newton's third law. It means so many illustrations are there for Newton's third law. Next one we consider that impulse. So impulse or impulsive force. Okay, impulse or impulsive force. Okay, so here we consider that impulsive force. First one is impulsive force. So impulsive force means the largest force act in a smallest interval of a time. It means a large force act in a small interval of a time. So that's when we consider that impulsive force. For example, a kicking of a football or ball strike on a bat. So these are we consider that examples of impulse. For example, here we consider that a football. And I will kick this football with a maximum force. With a maximum force. Okay, so large force act in a small interval of a time. It means a fraction of a time. So that's one we consider that impulsive force. Another example, here we consider that a batsman strike a ball. Yes, so it means the ball here we consider that so motion of this ball with a maximum velocity. Okay, so this ball strike on this bat. It means a large amount of force is at a small interval of a time. So this one we consider that impulsive force, or we consider that a force acting on a body for short interval of a time. So this one is a impulsive force. And here initially impulsive force is 0. And when player kick the ball, in that time we get a maximum impulsive force. Afterwards, impulsive force is 0. Initially it is 0, and afterwards, so impulsive force is maximum when person kicks the ball. So in that time, so we get a maximum impulsive force value. After kicking, the impulsive force is 0. So this reason, so initially we consider that as 0 impulsive force, then afterwards maximum impulsive force, afterwards, so impulsive force becomes 0. Yes. And another one concept we consider that in impulsive force, so that's one we consider that impulse of the force. Impulse of the force or impulse. Impulse of the force. Okay, so impulse of the force or impulse. Or we consider that impulse of the force or impulse. Okay, so here impulse means, suppose impulse of the force or impulse is nothing but, here we consider that impulse of force or impulse is equal to, here we consider that average force into time. It means force into time. So force into time. So force we consider that a largest force act in a smallest interval of a time. So this reason impulse is equal to force into time. It means it is the product of average force and time. It means suppose how much force is act in a short interval of a time. It means the maximum force act in a small interval of a time. So here we consider the time interval and amount of a force, or we consider that average force. So this reason, so impulse is equal to average force into time. Suppose we want to calculate a force value. So force is equal to, so impulse divided by time. So impulse divided by time. So this one is a force, or average force is equal to impulse divided by time, or impulsive force or impulse is equal to force into time. Okay, so next one. So this impulsive force or impulse is equal to the change in momentum. Impulse is equal to the change in momentum. We have to prove impulse is equal to change in momentum. Okay, so here, so before going to this impulse is equal to the change in momentum, first we consider that SI unit of this impulse. SI unit of impulse means, so here impulse is equal to force into time. We already know that SI unit of force kg, it means I will write a formula ma, mass into acceleration into time. Okay, so mass kg, acceleration is meter per second square into second. Okay, so this reason here we consider that kg has it is, meter has it is, so per second square is there, and here a second is there, it means s raised to 1. So this reason here we get a per second. Okay, so this reason SI unit of this impulse is equal to the kg meter per second, and the dimensional formula, so dimensional formula of this impulse. Okay, so m power 1, why? Because so kg, and so this one is meter, L power 1 and T power minus 1. So this one is a dimensional formula. So impulse is equal to force into time, and SI unit is kg meter per second, and the dimensional formula m power 1, L power 1 and T power minus 1. And here Another one concept, so this impulse we consider that a vector quantity. So this impulse is a vector quantity because it's having a magnitude as well as a direction. So this reason impulsive force or impulse we consider that so this one is a vector quantity. Why? Because so here we consider that impulsive force, it means impulse is also, it is one of the force but act in a small interval of a time. So this reason, so impulse is nothing but a force. So that reason, so impulse we consider that a vector quantity. It means suppose here we consider that this one is a football, I will apply so 10 Newton of a force in this direction. So this reason, so this football is also moving in a particular direction. So magnitude we consider that 10 Newton and it shows a particular direction. So this reason, so this impulse we consider that a vector quantity. Okay. Next one, so impulse is equal to the change in momentum. 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 Okay, so momentum. So momentum means it is the product of a mass and a velocity. Okay, so here we consider that a momentum. So momentum means P is equal to mass into velocity, product of mass and a velocity. Okay, suppose here V we consider that a final velocity and U we consider that a initial velocity. So this reason here the general equation we consider that mv, momentum is equal to mv. So this one is a general equation. Suppose object just start to moving, in this condition we get a initial momentum. So initial momentum so this one we consider that a mu. Why? Because u is a initial velocity. Suppose final momentum, so that's one we consider that mv. Why? Because so v is a final velocity. Yes, so this one is initial momentum and this one is a final momentum. Okay, so change in momentum. So change in momentum, it means we consider that a change in momentum, it means a final momentum minus initial momentum. So change in momentum is nothing but a final momentum minus initial momentum. So this one is a change in momentum. Okay, so here we consider that impulse is equal to the change in momentum. So impulse is equal to the change in momentum. It means a mv minus a mu. We have to prove that impulse is equal to change in momentum. So this reason here we consider that impulse. So impulse means it is product of force and time. So this reason impulse is equal to force into time. Force into time. So this reason here we consider that impulse is equal to force means mass into acceleration. So force, it means mass into acceleration into time. Okay, you already know that acceleration formula, acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. Final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. So this one is a acceleration. So this reason here we consider that mass as it is. Acceleration means final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time into time. Okay. So this reason here we consider that the time get cancelled. M V minus U. So this reason M into V minus M into U. Okay, so impulse is equal to the change in momentum. So this reason, so impulse is equal to change in momentum. Impulse is equal to the change in momentum.